No matter what form your equation is in, you can always identify your x and y intercepts just by solving for them algebraically. So depending on what form your equation is, sometimes you can just pull them right out, but you can always solve for them algebraically. So the only thing you need to know when you're trying to find x-intercepts is what to plug in. So for x-intercept, you're finding the x value, so you make the y 0. For the y-intercept, you're finding y, so you make the x 0. I feel like we sometimes do it backwards because we think x-intercept plug 0 in for x. No, you're finding x, so the y needs to be the 0. So if you're trying to find the x-intercept, we're going to try to solve for your x value. So we say the x-intercept is going to be on the x-axis when the y value is 0. So 0 equals 3x minus 1. And then you guys just solve. So you'll add the 1. 1 equals 3x. And divide by 3. So your x-intercept is 1/3. And vice versa, for the y-intercept, we're solving for y, so we make the x 0. So we would get y equals 3 times 0 minus 1. So 3 times 0 is 0, minus 1 is negative 1. So that would be your y-intercept. So when you're solving for the y-intercept, make x 0. When you're solving for the x-intercept, make y 0. So similarly for 23, I know that the y is going to be 0 for the y-intercept. I know that x is going to be 0. So for the x-intercept, we're solving for x, so we'll leave him 2x plus 5 times 0 equals 10. So 5 times 0 is just 0, so he almost just kind of goes away. We get 2x equals 10, and when we divide, x will be 5. So that will be your x-intercept. When we go to solve for the y-intercept, make x 0, so 2 times 0 plus 5y equals 10. 2 times 0 is 0, just kind of goes away. You're left with positive 5y. Divide by 5. Y will be 2. So your y-intercept is 0, 2. Number 24. Solving for x, making y 0. Y-intercept, solving for y, making x 0. So the x-intercept, 3 times 0 equals 6x plus 12. So we get 0 equals 6x plus 12. We'll subtract the 12 over. And when you divide, you get negative 2. So then for the y-intercept, we're solving for y. So 3y equals 6 times 0 plus 12. So the 6 times 0 just becomes 0, so we get 3y equals 12. When we divide, we will get y equal to 4. So y-intercept is 4. So these equations were in all different forms. One's in standard form, one's in slope-intercept form. The one was one step away from slope-intercept form, but really in no form. So it doesn't matter what it looks like. You can always solve algebraically for the x and y intercept. You just have to plug in your 0 for whichever one you're not solving for. So why don't you guys try number 22?